Are you ready?
You lied to the whole world!
I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore is a Netflix original movie directed by Macon Blair, who is actually better known for his acting starring in movies such as Murder Party, Blue Ruin, Logan Lucky, and a personal favorite of mine, The Green Room. The cast includes David Yao, Jane Levy, Devin Gray, Gary Anthony Williams, Chris Dubeck, Elijah Wood, and Melanie Linsky as Ruth. Now, I could sit here and try to explain what this movie is about exactly, or I could just tell you that a girl gets her laptop stolen and you take it from there. If you're the kind of person that likes to take chances with movies, watching certain ones without knowing anything about them, then that's all you really need to know. A simple plot that turns into a wild ride. Before watching it, I hadn't realized that it was labeled a comedy crime thriller, with crime dramas and crime thrillers being some of my favorite genres of movies, and comedies being the main genre I grew up with before I even discovered my love for movies. I had no idea of knowing the kick-ass time I was about to have watching I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. In all honesty, what I expected was a movie about life, something with a very deep emotional meaning to it that occasionally eased the tension with its comedy. And while I can't say that's not what I got with this movie, I can say that majority of the time I was either smiling or laughing. Yes, starting off maybe it felt a little slow, but again for me watching it for the first time, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, which made watching it unfold into the awesome movie it was that much more entertaining. Now, as far as what kind of humor you should expect from I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, the best thing I can compare it to is a much darker Napoleon Dynamite. And yes, I'm sure there's some of you that aren't into that kind of humor, but I promise the movie is still a lot of fun with plenty of twists and turns. I'm not trying to overshadow Melanie Linsky at all. She was terrific, especially seeing as how the last time I had seen her on anything was on Ashton Kutcher living in Charlie Sheen's house with a man and his son. But man, did Elijah Wood steal the show. Rocking the sickest rat tail, church-going, nunchuck-slinging Elijah Wood as Tony had me cracking up. I understand some people can't get behind this particular kind of humor I'm talking about, but I don't think anyone can deny how entertaining it is to watch someone who thinks they're a total badass when it's very clear they're not. By far my favorite role of Elijah Wood's. Really, the only thing I had a problem with this movie was near the end, it does somewhat drag into a kinda anticlimactic moment. But right after that, it picks up its charm and humor to end the movie off on a very pleasant note. Like I said before, some may not find this movie as funny as others, and I can respect that, but I'm more than positive, even without a good laugh every 5 minutes, the movie still holds up and I'm sure will keep you intrigued and entertained from beginning to end. By far the most meaningful thing I gained from watching this movie was actually some great insight on life that anyone can relate to and that everyone should take into consideration more often. Friends are sometimes hard to come by, but when you know you have one, make sure they know that they're appreciated. Doing something bad, even if you think it's good or a good idea at the time, always results in pain for someone else. But perhaps the most important thing I learned by watching I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore was, don't be an asshole.